Hello, everybody. It's Nelson Guzman. I hope you all doing well. Today's video is a discussion about the CDC's prescription awareness campaign. And after reading the report and watching the trailer for the testimonials, we're supposed to answer the three questions. And the first question is, what information was the easiest to discern? And for me, it was the numbers. The report did a great job of using statistical data to first of all talk about the problem. It stated that about 40 people a day and over 180,000 people die from opioid use and abuse and overdose in a 15-year period from 1999 to 2015. And then the report also uses numbers to give the information on the effectiveness of the campaign afterwards. And it gives examples of that over 80% of the intended target audience was reached with the campaign, which is a good success. And about 25% of the people view through rate was 25%, which is VTC, which is the audience members viewing the video from beginning to end. And that's above the government benchmark of 20 to 22%. So 25% is a good number. And so the numbers was the easiest information for me to discern. Question number two was the organization and the information, was the organization of the information easy to navigate, and explain why? And to me, it was very easy to understand the information, and the reason is because the report is done in a chronological order of the process of the campaign, starting with the stating of the problem, with statistical information about the problem, which is opioid use and overuse, abuse, and overdoses of opioids. Then it goes on to explain the campaign to try to help the problem, to try to educate people on it. After the explanation, they talk about the research that was done in order to identify who the target audience was going to be, and then they do a focus group to determine how to get that information across, including effective taglines were developed from the research. And then after that, the campaign is ready, but before they launch it, they do a pilot testing in 4 states. And then finally, based on that reaction of the pilot, they finally go ahead and do the campaign. And then after the campaign has been out, they conduct surveys and provide the findings of the effectiveness of the survey. So all that information is laid out in that chronological order of how it was done, and so the information is easy to understand. From the real stories, it asks which is the one that was most memorable and meaningful to me. And personally, I thought the real story of Britt, the U.S. Veteran, was the one that stuck out to me the most. And the reason for that is because I often find myself thinking about the situation of soldiers, or anybody that joins the armed forces here in the U.S. That suffer a lot of tragic injuries, even death. It affects the families. And then they come back here with all kinds of disorders, if not just physical injuries, but also emotional, mental health issues. So Britt is dealing with an injury from coming back from war, and he is prescribed opioids, and he winds up hooked up on him, addicted to him. And that's the case for a lot of veterans, soldiers that are coming back from being deployed. And the crazy thing about that is that aside from getting addicted to opioids and possibly overdosing and dying from it, it also leads to other secondary effects because of the opioid problem. And some of those are, divorce, losing, breaking up families, but also the soldiers themselves can wind up homeless. And there's a lot of suicide. There's a high rate of suicide for U.S. veterans. So those are things to think about as a secondary effect of the opioid crisis. So those are my answers to the reflection of the video, and I hope that y'all enjoy this video. Thank you very much. Y'all have a good day.